My name's Keith Wiley, and I've been doing a lot of work and action on climate change for some years because I have 6 children, and I want them to have a future. And I recognize that the costs, the economic costs of climate change, the disruption and suffering that could be caused by climate change are tremendous. The droughts, the famines, the refugees. There's even a good argument to be made that Syria, the Syrian civil war, and the Syrian refugees are a product of climate change and 5 years of drought in Syria that put 50% of the farmers off the land. Climate change would have huge economic impact on our world and on my family's future. So I want them to have a future. So in Canada, we are a massive consuming nation. We are massively wealthy compared to almost all the rest of the world. And we're massive consumers of energy. And we need to change that. We can have a very high quality lifestyle with a lot less consumption of energy and everything. And we need to take that step to live more in balance with nature. I'm particularly concerned about the tar sands because they represent what's called a carbon bomb. If all the carbon, or even a significant portion of the carbon in the tar sands, is burned for energy and enters our atmosphere, we can't possibly stay to even 2 degrees. So Canadians' responsibility is to keep it in the ground. And that means no bitumen pipelines at all. I drive a car, as little as I can, but I drive a car, and surprisingly often. And I recognize that we're not going to stop using fossil fuel tomorrow. We have to move as fast as we can to provide alternatives to fossil fuels. But the tar sands are not about that, and pipelines to the tar sands are not about that. Those pipelines are for profits. They're not fossil fuel that we need to do to have our lives in Canada. So I think there's no need to build the pipelines and no need to put that tar sands carbon into our atmosphere. In fact, it would be disastrous to do so. A bitumen pipeline would cost something like 12 to 15 to probably, after they're done, $20 billion. That's a huge investment in going the wrong way. I think that Canada should have a massive economic campaign right now to retool our economy, take something like $20 billion and invest it in clean energy, in conservation, in reducing our energy wasteful housing, our energy wasteful transportation, and we can do it. And I believe we can, and I believe that Canadians want us to create a new society that lives in harmony with nature. Thank you.